right, we got a new Horde mode. I'm gonna pull up the home base report here, so I hope you're not in a dark room. Floor is lava. So the volcanoes become active. Staying in contact with the ground for too long will cause a damaging lava eruption around you. I assume that's just like the volcanic modifier on mini bosses, so I'm gonna take that very seriously. They say to keep on the move or take refuge in an elevated position. I'm gonna take this very seriously. We got soaring mantis, which comes from Wukong, I believe. So if you want to, here, I'll just show you guys. In case there's somebody watching who doesn't know, you can just press L a few times on the keyboard if you already have this information. But Wukong, if you see in the bottom left there, gives you soaring mantis. I don't know why he's connected to that perk, but either way, we're gonna use Stoneheart Farah and the vacuum tube bow to just chain tons of times. Soaring mantis, so we can jump a whole bunch. 2 additional jumps is on top of the kunai and your regular jump. So you can jump once and then kunai, well, not kunai, but like the soaring mantis, mantis. If you go to the ninja abilities, you can see what I'm talking about here. Mantis leap. There you go. So you get 1 main jump and then 3 more. So that should keep me off the ground. And then while I'm up there, I can use Stoneheart Farah. Now, tricky enough, I needed multiple ninjas to keep that active. So we've got Burger Buff dropping a bunch of stuff on the ground, which will heal me and give me energy, which I don't need. Then we got Fumble, which sometimes I might be able to pick that up and get Rock and Riff. I don't know. We needed 3 ninjas that buff Stoneheart Farah. This was a pretty short list. And I went for Fleet, but I'm thinking I want to do Kunai. I don't like the idea of relying on Kunai, but maybe I can just bind it so I can use it pretty regularly because it is a nice 40% damage bonus. And when you're jumping through the air, you're constantly moving. So to be able to Kunai means I'll be able to hover in place, sit still so I can actually hit a shot clearly, which on the vacuum tube bow is not that easy. And I'll be doing bonus damage, so I'll take it. And then sure shot and quick scope, of course, just to get the sniper bonus because that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, everybody else is running either something similar or base. So let's just hop right into it. All right, the first round begins. Now, I was going to do a whole thing about like going up into my settings, going into the keybinds and like changing around my abilities or wherever they are over here. I recommend doing that if you're ever running an ability build and you don't have a convenient keybind, because I use 5 and 6, which is not the best, but 9 is like right on my mouse, so I can hit that super comfortably. But then I loaded in game and kunai was right there. So yeah, anyway, I was just saying, yeah, I have a... This is gonna be the first topic of the video. I was casually talking to Chad about like how I don't have a good place to put my phone because I'll spit on it just from talking. Seriously, set your phone under you and then like talk for 8 hours straight. You'll mess it up. But look, this is actually spawning pretty quick. You really do need to keep moving. So I can jump once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So whenever I get hit by the lava, I'll be able to just quickly evade. And this is what I was kind of saying in the beginning, where I was almost sarcastic when saying, like, I'm taking this very seriously. The lady's in chat. Okay, hold on. That caught me off guard, because usually she is not in the stream this early. Because I stream until, like, 10 p.m. my time, and she almost never comes by sooner than 9:30. Not to call her out, but I'm calling her out. And we were actually just talking about multi-language speakers, and my girl is imported all the way from China, so... That's my multi-language person in my life. Her and Awalri and pretty much every European. They always like to flex on us Americans because America, they don't really teach us other languages. Archer, do you know any other languages? Okay, good talk. I'm not muted. Is he muted? He's deafened. What is he doing right now? She says she's just busy. I don't know. Sig is actually multilingual as well because he says he speaks English, sarcasm, bullshit, and real talk. Chrissy, thank you for the bits. See, Chrissy was actually going to play with us today, but I texted her, we're starting in 30 minutes, and then 31 minutes went by, and Fact Giver was in the lobby, just like she was last week, and I was like, hey, you want to play? And she was down to play, so I'm sorry, Chrissy. Thank you for the bits. You know, she knew we were playing. We talked about this hours before shop, and I was like, hey, we're going to be playing, and... Here, she missed the boat. She missed the boat. I have never, well, maybe once or twice. I've almost never played with Chrissy. I've known her for years. She's been in and around the Save the World community for longer than I have. Like, she was already friends with all the Save the World streamers and YouTubers before I ever even played the game, but I don't get to play with her much, so yeah, just kind of stuck. And now I'm being... What?
Who?
This modifier is, look at my health. I'm just standing in one and it's like not doing anything to me.
Oh no. I never even considered the damage amount. It's kind of a lot. If you start getting swarmed by enemies, it's not something you want happening to you. That was a good adrenaline rush. I was 1 HP from death. Not literally 1 HP, but I was real close. I keep trying to throwing star, but you know, 5 and 6, I've just never gotten used to it. I've just never gotten used to that at all. You know, with soaring mantis, I'll bet I'm actually pretty capable of getting these balloons. I'm gonna head over there. I should pull up Discord on my other PC so I can actually look at these messages while I run. Why don't I do that right now?
I want to place some traps.
You want to place some traps? Should I drop you my trap loot this time? Instead of being stubborn about it?
It feels like I'm a second-class citizen.
Why is that?
The storm does more damage.
Last time
Well, I was making a video. That was for the video, not me. I'll drop you my trap. I don't care. Although as soaring mantis, I would be an excellent trap placer. Oh no. Am I gonna be stubborn again? Alright, what do I need for my weapon? I'm thinking vacuum tube bow would be the better option. Oh, I'm not gonna get sunbeam from that. I'm not gonna get efficient parts from that. It's gonna be another round before I can even get my bow. That's fine, that's fine. What here am I using? I'm using Farah in the lead. Yeah.
I need 1 twine, and I'll get my Xenon bow.
Oh god. Yeah, sometimes you can craft right away, sometimes you can't. I don't know. In the interest of time, I want to pause until the wave starts. Alright, the new wave begins. I'm remembering to throw my drones now. I want to get a drone out before the cooldown is down every time. I have no ammo for my weapon, and I can't craft any of my bows. And since these first waves are kind of just startup, I'm actually gonna pause until like wave 3 or 4, because wave 3 is already crystals, isn't it, you guys? I always forget. 3 is crystals, or is 4 crystals? Okay, they're not gonna tell me, but it's not gonna be a difficult wave either. Is it 3? You know? Hello? 3, 4?
I think it is.
You know, we've ran Horde so many times. How do we not have this memorized by now?
I have it memorized.
So why aren't you telling me?
I ain't.
What?
No.
3 or 4? You just want me to suffer?
3, 6, 9.
Is it 13 next?
13.
Yeah, so they 3, 6, 9, and then they just skip to 13. Huh. All right. Well.
3, 6, 9, 11, and 13.
There you go. Well, we'll see you guys then. All right. It's not the wave I said it would be, but somebody in chat was mentioning that, like asking if we got a spray, and that's a good time to mention the rewards. We do not get anything. Also, if anybody is watching this video and is on my friends list, I do not like whispers. I really don't appreciate that. I'm always streaming. You can always ping me on Discord or type in the stream chat. That is preferred. I don't want to help that person with their endurance either way. I'm pretty shameless about that, but we'll, yeah, no, you don't get any spray this time. It's just XP and gold and tickets, which is good, but I don't know. All right, check this out. So I kind of did this in between recording before, and I didn't even think about it much, but look at what I could do with Soaring Mantis. No, I'm not gonna make it. Ah! Okay, hold on. When it gets closer, you can just jump straight to it and break it with your pickaxe. This is actually really fun. Soaring Mantis is a cool way to play if you guys are ever looking for something weird to do. So this is going to be another one of those recording clips. I don't know if you guys remember this. If you guys watch every video, you might. But I once ended my stream on accident because the recording button and the stream button are right next to each other. But that's what just happened here. Yeah, it's going to be a Pillar's Wave. So really straightforward, super easy. I love that. Like, why? Okay, so ever since that one chick got banned on Twitch for spreading her vagina, I turned on that little, like, are you sure you want to stream thing? I'm not exactly doing what she was doing, but I don't know. It's an adult's computer. You can't just be going live randomly. But it doesn't have the are you sure you want to end the stream button, which is annoying. So one click can just confuse my entire Twitch chat. And I'm sorry, Twitch chat. I hope they're good. Oh, I'm not actually streaming. It couldn't access it. This is like YouTube only content you guys are enjoying. Okay, now I'm actually live again. Everybody's gonna be very confused, but you know what? I'm perfectly fine with it. They can be confused. I'll be okay. It's actually, I was thinking about the one time I ran this setup in a 160, I think, and I forgot, like, it's hard to train yourself. If you almost never run this build, it's hard to remember that you can jump so many times. So I found myself almost never mantis leaping more than like once or twice, and I felt like I wasted the entire team perk. Ah, no! I found the crystal! It's on the east side, but I died and I can't do anything about it.
Where is it?
It's on the east side under the cliff. Archer will see it on his right in a second here. He got it! Woo! And healed me instantly. Very cool. Yeah. And I got my bow, which is cool. I'm hoping to get a Xenon bow too.
We're finally moving.
We're finally moving, yes. I wonder how many waves you can go in a row without having to shift. Can I do that with throwing stars? Oh, I missed completely, I think. Or did that go right through it? Got a little Ben's war cry. Welcome, chat. I'm back now. Ending my stream accidentally. It's not my favorite thing to do. Okay, I want to pickaxe this, though. That's my new favorite thing. I want to pickaxe it. I don't want to waste any ammo. Like, I'm so eager, I want to just go for it, but boom! So satisfying. Mantis leap. You know, Mantis leap. When did I use that in a Fun 160? Or did I do that in a Fun 160? I used Mantis leap on something, and it was just a fun way to, like, say, hey, this is a team perk that exists, and, sometimes people forget that it exists, and it's just about as simple as that. Yeah. The atomizer could be flux. Is this a glitch? No, yeah, for a long time ago now. When was that update? They changed it so that a lot of voucherable weapons are now flexible, and it is a really nice change.
Situational, but yeah, most of them are.
Any weapon, so same thing with hero. Any hero or weapon that can be obtained through a llama and is not mythic is flexible. Right? Yeah. Because some heroes can be in llamas but are mythic, and those are voucherable.
I need the materials.
Oh, here, I got some. Also, items that don't come back can be vouchered too, like the atomizer, the pulsar, and stuff.
Planks and some.
The atomizer's flexible, isn't it?
Something for
Yes.
the electric field.
Here, Avery in front of me.
Okay.
Best shotgun and save the world for you. I don't know what that means. FRU. Is that like, is he asking me the best shotgun and save the world for me? I never know. I never know. But yeah, I actually don't know. I honestly feel like the Huskbuster might be the best shotgun in the game. Oh yeah, Crackshot is fire. This is going to be another teaser to the YouTube video. Well, not really a teaser because it's not a video, but I investigate. Well, no, I ran it 2 games in a row. So I did the math a long time ago that Crackshot is absolutely just better than Sledge in the Crackshot builds where you're shooting endlessly, and that's still true. But Sledge in the lead is still good. Like, the difference in DPS when I was solo was about 860,000 compared to like 904,000. It's so close, it doesn't even matter. So I ran Sledge in the lead because he has certain advantages. So with Crackshot, you need to constantly stay shooting. You can't switch off your weapon at any point, and that's a huge limiting factor. And being able to get basically 95% of the damage.
The materials, Archer?
Being able to get that much of the damage without having to stack up your weapons and being able to switch off was kind of a big bonus. I liked that. So I tried it out, and you're not going to believe this, but Sledge in the lead with a Sledge in the lead with a totally rocking out Scourge build did a lot of damage. I know that this is a shock to everybody, but but it was a fun build as well. So, I mean, Crackshot is better in the lead, period. It is the stronger version when it's all the way stacked up. But Sledge is a pretty fun alternative, so yeah, and it's like Sledge is a lot more consistent too. And Sledge well, no, it's not. Okay, so it's not consistent. So Crackshot buffs every single bullet when he's all the way stacked up. Sledge buffs only the crits. And in that instant, holy bits. Thank you.
Now I will need some corpse line, Archer. If you
And
have any, if you have corpse
in that
line.
instance, it can be better to use Sledge while you're ramping up your damage. But anyway, it's just fun to use him because you don't have to ramp up, and you can switch off your weapons and build and stuff like that, and you're not limited. So yeah.
Hey, Rory, come over to me.
I don't remember what my point was, but that's what I did today. Thank you for the bits. Yeah, Xenon bow, vacuum bow. I recommend everybody watch the top 5 bows video because I went into this heavily. I honestly believe vacuum tube bow is better for the Xenon bow damage wise. It is the stronger weapon. It's better damage. And I wanted to say better crowd clearing, but in a way, the Xenon bow is better crowd clearing because the math doesn't necessarily support this because it's hard to calculate, but the actual projectile size of the Xenon bow is significantly higher than, I'm sorry, bigger than the vacuum tube bow. So the Xenon bow can hit many more targets a lot easier, but the vacuum tube bow, when it gets chaining with Stoneheart Farah, is just a monstrously stronger weapon. So yeah, it's a complicated topic because the Xenon bow is obviously the better generalist. In most scenarios, the Xenon bow is just like, it's better in more areas. But if you can hit your shots, which is tough with a vacuum tube bow, we have clips. It already zoomed in on it on one of my videos where like it just went through the enemy. The vacuum tube bow just doesn't work sometimes, and that can be really tricky. But so I can see how the Xenon bow can be better sometimes, but I honestly believe the vacuum tube bow is just better. So yeah, the top 5 bows video gets into all that more specifically with footage to back it up, but that's my 2 cents since Horde mode doesn't really take a lot of my attention. So we're chilling here. Thank you again for the bits and the sub. I really appreciate it. It's funny how people will.
It's been a minute. Sign.
B-Breeze, you're coming in with the sub. Yes, this is still a YouTube video, I promise. But, you know, we're in between missions. If you guys ever want to be part of the fun, Twitch link down below. Are you guys going to get a hype train going? God damn. Yeah, it's funny that people... It's a conversation I have often where people will enjoy my content on YouTube. So then they head to Twitch to donate and support me, which is... Honestly, hey, I'm not YouTube. I'm not the company. I don't really care where that goes.
Don't place the target under the
I just
bone.
appreciate it either way. And,
Quickly.
it's a very cool thing. Do we need tar pits? We're only on the 5th wave.
Not now.
Okay.
Oh, smashers.
I will kill the smashers, Awalri. I will get them. I forgot to kunai. I forgot to kunai. I get kunai and mantis leap mixed up constantly. Yeah, if anybody wants to get any hype train emotes, you know, hey, subscribe on Twitch. Free sub if you have Twitch Prime. There we go. If I just kunai, then I'm stuck in place. I can hit a nice clean shot and do a lot more damage in the process. There's a gifted sub. Man, you guys are flattering me. Yeah, it's a really good way to immortalize a donation to donate in the middle of a video. That's, if you ever want to make the most out of a donation, just wait until I'm recording. And it happens sometimes. There are a lot of, like, Fun 160 videos that open with me getting some kind of donation, but I like the casual nature of that. You know, I really like that. This is just a video recorded during a stream, you know, that's what you get. I have a lot more fun recording with an audience too, because it has a lot more going on. Oh man, this loadout just shreds. I kind of figured it would. We're also in the lower zone, so it's kind of hard to compare, but look at this! This is why I hate on the vacuum tube bow when I do. Like, as much as it is better for damage, hitting shots with it is so annoying. I've had people identify like what you're seeing now where it just goes straight through targets, and they're like, yeah, no, that's why I never use it. I only use the Xenon bow because half the time this weapon just doesn't seem to work, and I'm becoming a hater. Becoming a vacuum tube hater. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. This is like anti-ASMR to watch this. This is incredibly frustrating. Sig gifted a sub, getting the hype train going. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. It doesn't really matter the damage though. Traps will run out of durability, so I don't want to crutch on them too much, but like the enemies aren't really getting too far here. Although actually I should be worrying about this because killing enemies more quicker does actually mean that we finish these way faster, and it'd be kind of fun to speedrun a little bit. So if you're not like being full-on hostile archer, you should be doing that, since I know you're running a Pharaoh build as well.
Oh, yeah, what? I'm completely zoned out.
Kill the enemies faster to speedrun Horde mode.
Yes, I am firing at will.
Alright, that's why I was asking if you were being hostile like to the enemies. I'm gonna craft a Xenon bow just so I can get crystals taken care of. So 3, 6, 9, 11, 13. Okay, yeah. LCD with the gifted sub as well. Hype train level 2 complete. I'm gonna grab these boxes and then I'll unpause when the next wave begins.
Pillars.
Oh yes, pillars. Easy mode. So if I can just position myself here. Easy 2 and 1. Knock them both out if I can. It's so easy. These pillar ones are so satisfying. I like to leave them in the video just so we can all enjoy them together. And that's it. Nothing to it. Alright, we got a real wave beginning this time. I'm gonna remember to throw my drone right away. You know, I usually like to throw it when it's, you know, not all the way back, because I want to feel like I'm throwing them as soon as possible, but it's been like 5 minutes since I needed to throw a drone for anything, so yeah, I don't feel like I was wasting it at all. I just threw it at the start of the mission, got it going. To those who have not seen all my Horde mode videos, which are all in the playlist linked down below, I've actually made it like a normal thing that I always forget my drone, but you should always throw it because you get, oh man, what is it? Like 2 minutes, 15 seconds, 220, 230 between waves. So you basically get a drone cooldown in between every wave. So you should always be using your drones. Always, always, always. But then the waves come around that have you just breaking the crystals, and that gives you so much downtime where they just kind of come back that it doesn't even matter. Ooh, you just pinged that flinger. Okay. Look at this. I can just fly across the map. There we are. And then if there's a bigger target, maybe I can pop a kunai. Again, I don't want to waste my kunai, but as I mentioned in every Horde mode video, I try not to dominate the conversation with complaints that I've been saying since day one, but like, the difficulty in Horde mode is non-existent. Everybody in this game, if you can see in the upper left, is actually a higher power level than the enemies we're fighting, which means there is truly no challenge for me or my teammates in this game. So that's why I've been using such a goofy loadout, and that's why I'm so like unwilling to share my traps with a Walry, because I feel like it's easy to place with Mantis Sleep. If she wants them, she can have them. But the reason I've been that way is because it just doesn't matter.
It's not easy.
What's not easy?
Not easy to place traps.
Oh, it's very easy.
I don't have crafting.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, but that's my point, is like the traps that you can afford and we can all afford on our own, like, are just plenty, and it doesn't make a difference, unfortunately.
I hold myself back from saying "get good" to people on Twitter, because I'll post screenshots of like winning or whatever, winning the thing when it first comes out in like Twitter or whatever, and I'll sarcastically say "baby game" just as the caption, and then people are like, if it's a baby, then why don't you help me? It's like, all right, buddy.
Wait,
I hold myself back from saying "get good" because this is not difficult whatsoever. This, like, if you are a veteran Save the World player, this mode is a joke.
that's the trick, though. Some people aren't max power level. I had some guy call me condescending because not everybody's max power level. I think he was extremely insecure, and I told him that. But it is true that if you're a lower power level player, then yeah, this can be challenging. Obviously, I'm not talking about them. I mean, this game, this is the hardest difficulty, and it's no challenge. And the reason I feel like this is such an easy and valid complaint is that Frost Knight exists. Frost Knight offers that challenge we want. And where did all my traps go? Did they all just break? Oh, you broke down the building, and that's where all my... Okay, well, anyway, it's just not a challenge. That's it. It's as simple as that. So
Keep in
I
mind.
need some carb twine for some wall darts.
Hold on. Keep in mind, you don't need to do the
And
140
some
to get the
nuts and
weekly
bolts.
reward.
why would I not do the 140? I gotta have a little bit of
I'm
fun
talking
if I
about
can.
talking about the people who say it's
I
too
see.
difficult.
I see.
You
Yeah,
don't have to do the 140 to get the weekly reward.
you should be queuing at your power level, everybody. That's kind of what I'm saying there. And yeah, he cheered bits asking if I'm still the Coconut Man. That nickname that I've never heard before has implications. I'm gonna need you to clarify before I respond to that comment.
Hey, Ori, come over here.
I don't want one of those streamer moments where I respond aggressively or rudely to a comment that didn't mean what I thought it meant. So I'm just gonna wait for him to clarify what that means. I know that I've gotten quite a history of recommending coconuts because it's the best support perk in the game and it's insanely strong. But some people have taken that far and they've like harassed me for using coconuts, which is not something I appreciate, even if you're sending me money. You would bet money that you're the lowest power level here. Okay, all right, let's get some spam in chat. How many power level players do we have? What's everybody at? No shame. Everybody started somewhere. I was power level 1 once. What's everybody at right now? I'm kind of curious. 142. Why would you even write that, Archer? 32, 39, 24, 30. Wow, a lot of high power level players. That should not surprise me. But 47, there we go. There's a little baby in there. 30, cool. I like to see the lower level players get into the game. 56, 3, bullshit. He's not 3. Mr. Awesome has been in the... Is that the same Mr. Awesome? I've had several Mr. Awesomes come and go from my community, so I don't actually know who's who. Only 23? Really? Maybe you are the lowest power level here. So far, it seems so. Wow, he actually called it. 23 is a fun level, because you got the whole game ahead of you. Although he did mention trading earlier, so he might have already ruined his own experience. Because he has 130s in his inventory, which means that he hasn't really progressed in any way that's his own progress. But at that power level, you get to have fun with green weapons, which you're never going to do again. Green, blue, purple weapons, they'll still do plenty of damage. You get the missions taken care of. You don't use the 130s? I would hope not, because that would completely spoil your experience, you know? The only satisfaction you get from maxing out a weapon is that you're most likely upgrading from a weapon that was, gee, I don't know, previously not maxed out. And I really think that's a huge part of the game that's really enjoyable. And when people... Okay, if you're not using the 130s, that's great. But some people do, and that can really spoil the experience. And I feel like you mostly just spam the Xenon mode. Well, I've always encouraged diversity. That's why Fun 160 series has so much in it. I know I'm using bows for like the 3rd or 4th time this week, but if you were to make that comment, you would be uninformed, because I was just streaming 160s before this YouTube video. None of those 160s became videos, but I use different loadouts the whole time. I've got that Raven build that needs to go out on the channel in some point in life. I use a bunch of different builds, and I have a lot of fun with it. Bows are fun. You know what? Hey, if you're having fun, that's fine. I'm just saying I don't want people to get stuck in the habit. I know I've heard of people, I'm not saying it's you, but I've heard of people who use a Xenon bow exclusively and then get bored of the game, and then they blame the game. I'm like, well, the game's not boring. You've just been using the same weapon every single mission. So if you're switching it up, that's good. Or if you just really enjoy the Xenon bow, then I'm not hating. I'm just telling you to be careful. You know, don't try to use the same thing all the time, because then the game doesn't get as interesting. So yeah, ground pounder build more. Yeah, ground pounder totally rocking out. I use... That is insanely strong. I've made a video on that, actually. Got 3 million DPS. It's insanely good. So highly recommend the ground pounder for sure. But yeah, variety. It's good. I'm gonna unpause the video here. I'll see you in a second when we get the mission started. The wave started, rather.
You get more loot.
All right, we got another wave mission.
Like, it could be an actual challenging mode.
Archer's talking about level scaling. We were talking about that in between waves here. I honestly think they should just apply literally the exact level scaling from Frost Knight to this, and the game mode would be a lot more respectable. Suddenly, I'd be taking traps seriously and actually using my brain. I think that'd be really good. But, yeah, that's what I think should happen. Pillar waves are easy. I'll see you guys in the next one again.
Do you have another person in your party?
All right, here we go. I feel like that's easily verifiable. If somebody's claiming to be power level 143, we could just go on Fortnite and see, like, if anybody's that high level, because that shouldn't be possible yet. That should be impossible. Yeah, if it's saying 143, you might be in a situation where your teammate's buffing you, like Archer said.
Yeah, because we're power level 222.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's weird. I've had comments from people who are like, "How is Beast 160 something?" And I'm like, "I'm not. Somebody's in my lobby." And sometimes it displays as your actual power level. It's a little glitchy. You're not gonna believe this, but Save the World actually has a few glitches in the game. It's not a perfect experience sometimes. I today had to restart my game like 3 times. It was... And my computer! I got failed to lock profile. I thought that glitch was gone. What happened to that? I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's
kind of fun picking up burgers. I thought it'd be a little ironic having so many floor pickup heroes on a game mode where I'm supposed to not be standing on the ground, but I'm also not on the ground very often. I'm constantly jumping. Mantis Leap has been completely unnecessary, by the way. Seems like if you just keep moving, you're perfectly fine. So I might have gone a little overkill with this team perk, but honestly, I'm having fun either way. I think I just stepped in a Walrus volcano. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm dead. How did I die? I've McFallen. Help me, please. Hey, Walry, my rescuer. Don't get hit by the volcano. Apparently the volcano is low damage. Archer said the volcano on the map does more damage than the volcano underneath us.
Yeah, the lava around us, if you stand in it, it will do more damage than the volcano things.
Oh, interesting. It does a lot less damage per tick, but it ticks a lot more often.
The storm also does more damage.
Do I get lava if we're in
The
between
storm
waves?
does more damage during waves.
Seems like we're safe. Okay. How are you finding this new horde mode compared to the others? I don't know. I think it's interesting telling you can't sit still, but the fact that you could just stand on your player builds and be completely safe defeats the entire spirit of the game mode. Like, I'm having fun with Mantis Leap, but like, I could just be sat up here safe and sound. Granted, I wouldn't have a lot of aerial view because we have walls blocking things off, but you as a team can plan around a more conservative defense without a bunch of electric fields. I've shown this in my Crow's Nest videos where you don't use floor, if you don't use ceiling traps, then you won't block your own view and you can just stand up here safe and sound and do all the damage you need to without even worrying about this modifier. So the fact that this modifier is completely avoidable easily is tough. I kind of wish they spawned on player builds because
Like
then
the
it'd be a
frozen
challenge.
traps build, you can compare that to Frost Knight. Frost Knight's frosty turf where the ground freezes. Your builds will freeze over too if they're touching the ground, and
Yeah.
if you put traps down, they will freeze over and you'll slide on them too.
That's a real challenge, you know? That's, like I mentioned several times already, like, this is why I keep comparing it to Frost Knight, because we want Horde mode to be challenging and interesting, and Frost Knight is both. It's got crazy modifiers with actual icons for what those modifiers are. As a content creator, these thumbnails are hard to make when the Horde mode modifier doesn't even have an image that I can use. I have to just make it work, I guess. But, you know, in Frost Knight, it's actually challenging, and I don't know why they didn't apply that to this, but... Oh, it's tough. It's tough. Oh, yeah, this is Pillars wave, so pretty casual. You know, I used to skip the Pillar waves, but I feel like I should leave these in the video, because they're so entertaining to watch, I think. Yeah, I can just get up high in the air, break them in one shot. There's another pillar right in here. See if there's any sneaking in here. There's one, for sure. I'll shoot it in, like, this direction. Maybe I'll hit 2 pillars.
I'm hoping next week's modifier will serve a real challenge, because it looks like it's going to be difficult, but, like...
Which one is
don't
it?
know. So it's called, I can't remember the exact name. It's not finished yet, but all the modifiers are set up for it. Let me see. I have it written down somewhere.
He's got it written down.
It's shotguns, ARs, snipers, and SMGs are buffed. They have higher damage and reload speed. Enemies will deal damage over time. It's called Echo Punch. That's the name of that modifier.
That's new.
And there's another one called I don't remember the name of it, but it makes enemies completely immune to all forms of crowd control.
I see. Well, that'll be really interesting. I'm gonna, yeah. I'm gonna want to, like, run a shotgun build during that time or something. That got really sketchy for the video, because Fling says donating while Archer's talking, and it's overlapping. It's funny, as a content creator, I'm embarrassed, but as a casual gamer, I don't really care, so. What is my channel? Immune to crowd control. Yeah, Archer's been really worried about that. I don't think I care, because, like, look at our defense right now. This is how it's been almost every other season, and...
Yeah, we're not even using crowd control.
We don't even use it.
Straps.
We don't even use it. Disable my traps, and we'll have a conversation for difficulty. That'll be interesting, but I'm not worried about it until then. So, yeah, I'll tune in on the next wave. I'll see you guys then. You know, it's not the next wave yet, but we initiated a topic that I knew was going to bleed in this wave. Because Flinks, who was donating earlier, was talking about how he was gifted a lot of stuff early on, and it was a situation where he was using the 130s. And I feel like if you're a lower power level player, he said he was in the power level 20s, using 130s can demolish any sense of progression in Save the World. 130s will instantly be nerfed down to the highest damage power level 19 weapon can be in Stonewood, or what is Plankerton's cap? 39 or something? Anyway, whatever the actual number is, it doesn't matter, because the point is it'll be way overkill for whatever you use. It'll be way stronger than anything you can craft, and it just won't be fun. If somebody fills up your entire inventory with overpowered weapons, you won't even appreciate how it feels to level up your own weapons. And 130s are not valuable. Stonewood traders know nothing, because they seem to think that 130s and 144s are special or rare. They're not. They are not. Any higher power level player, who are not magic, by the way, we're all human who can power up the same way. Any high level player has a bunch of 130s. Like, it's not difficult to acquire. It's easy to get. and it just takes time and effort, I guess, which I understand a trader might not want to put in, but still, my point is that it's obtainable. And I'm glad to see that he's considering putting them away, because when you've used green and blue and purple weapons, you appreciate the game more when you move up in the ranks. And what I was going to say to him was that I was gifted a lot of weapons early on. You know, as a streamer, content creator, I had friends even when I first started playing the game who were just more than happy to give me their crap. And it's really hard to say no. Like, when all my weapons are kind of junk, randomly perked, elements, what are those? And somebody hands you a maxed out god rolls, as the kids say, level 130 weapon, how could I say no? How could I? Like, of course I picked those up. I tried not to use them exclusively, but I saved them for like the scary moments, you know? Like, when mini bosses are as scary as they are, and my friend is handing me a 130, how could I possibly say no to that? So, yeah, I use those higher level weapons. I think everybody got higher level weapons early on, because gifting stuff feels good. As a max level player, the few times I've gone down to the lower missions, if I see a random player and they're kind of struggling with the enemies, it's tough to not just say, hey man, here's this weapon that's meaningless to me. It'll make all of your missions easy. There you go. But it's good to say no to that stuff and try to stay strong, because I think leveling up through the ranks and getting weapons leveled up naturally is part of what's really enjoyable about this game. And I think it's worth the struggle in the early game just so that you can appreciate the lavish, rich life of the end game, which is where we're at right here in this video. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on early game stuff. I'll see you guys in the next wave.
About the place.
Oh yeah. No, ooh, look at this. Oh yes. All the pillars. It's so satisfying. I love pillar waves. I mean, they're way too easy and probably need to be patched out of the game, like with how easy they are. But that is so satisfying. All until you can't get the last one, and then things get a little tricky. Where is it hiding? Is it over here? I feel like
Should
my
be on the northeast.
triple jump here should be... There it is. Found it. Northeast. She called it. Easy peasy. Wave 14. It's starting to get tough. Hey, Walry, your traps are getting used now, that's for sure. This is the hard time. I don't have any good single target weapons. I should, like, do something about that, but I don't know if it matters. Like, is it faster to kill the normal enemies and just ignore the smashers? Gotta get those drones out, of course. Maybe I should grab... Yeah, here, you know what? Wow. I'm gonna craft this deatomizer, and then...
Oh no, okay.
Or a discharger.
Nature smasher.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. There we go. Healed. There we go. So I'm gonna get this for the mini boss on the next wave, and then it's gonna die right away. Oh yeah, little Ben's war cry. That's what I like to see. Did you say fire smasher?
Nature smasher.
Oh man.
Broke like.
Oh yeah, that's where building out of metal backfires. Holy crap! So many spawns. There's so many tire traps around me too. Oh, you know what? I should have kunai'd before that. Here's the thing, I keep forgetting about my kunai from Lynx because, you know, nothing is that strong. And then I kunai, the enemies die in front of me. Ah! I can't not waste my kunai. This is why I didn't even want to use Lynx. You know what? Fleet would have been more use than this, but I'm not really limited on speed, so... Man. I'm just struggling to have a hard time here. That awkward moment when the game is too easy. Alright, there we go. We got a smasher. I'm gonna launch it. He's dead before I can even shoot, and then the mission ends. Okay, well, alright. Last wave coming up. The final wave. It is 15, right? Yeah. It's funny, I've answered that question when people ask me how many waves are there 1,000,000 times. And then I have to think about it. Oh yeah, there's the mini-boss. Jesus. I can't even kill anything. They die so fast. Is the mini-boss gonna survive long enough for me to get over here? Oh, they are. They are. I can actually kunai too. I'm useful. Oh no, I forgot to shoot. Or no, I was holding it down, but it didn't shoot. I don't even think my discharger did any damage. You know what? I'm giving myself that. I tried, but here's the phenomena that's occurring, YouTube viewers. This game mode, when it's not challenging, I get silly and it shuts my brain off. And this has happened almost every single time we've ran Horde mode. I get silly and then I start to play worse because I'm not taking it seriously. And then I do dumb stuff like that. Are these 3 smashers? Oh yeah, there we go. Vacuum tube chaining. There we go. Yeah.
Yo, I found the counter to the modifier, the space bar.
Oh yeah. Turns out if you keep moving and jump sometimes, you don't die. That's it. It's fixed. You win. Oh yeah, I crafted some more energy ammo, getting it to good use. Oh, I'm finally doing damage. Here's what screwed me up earlier. If you kunai and then discharge like too quickly, it doesn't actually shoot. So you have to wait a second. Oh, there it is. There it is. Just out of range. Oh, he walked into range and then got bumped out of range. That's why I don't like impact sometimes. Oh, I died right as I hit the 1 key. Somebody save me, please. Fat, give her my rescuer. She's gonna save me. Gambit followed. Thank you so much. This is a smoke screen at this point, but I don't think it matters. I think we're fine. Yeah, there we go. Just keep on jumping with my mantis lead. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be perfectly safe. Safe and sound, just like the song. That's what Pop said earlier. I said something was safe and sound. He started talking about the song. There we go. And by starting talking about it, I think he mentioned it once, which is different. A little different. Xenon bows should not be used single target. I've had people try to tell me that the Xenon bow is actually really bad because they tried to use it on a smasher, which is not the right way to do that. Xenon bow has very poor single target damage, actually. It is, believe it or not, a lot of people don't actually know this. The Xenon bow is comparably a very weak weapon. But because it can pierce through so many targets, it's actually kind of usable. And by kind of usable, I mean enormously powerful. So it gets a pass.
It's one of the weakest bows in terms of damage.
Number 8 out of 13. It's really bad.
The Vindertech Seeker is technically the highest damage bow in the entire game.
That's true. It's true. It's true. And
The issue with the Seeker is its special effect, the draw speed to get its special effect active is so ridiculously long that it's just not usable.
So that's what Chris was saying. That's what spurred this topic. Was he said that first shot Rio causes your next ranged weapon to fire a phase pulse and go through targets. If you can use first shot Rio to pierce enemies with a vacuum tube bow, then I want to try that. I want to give that a try. That could be a video right there. I want to give that a shot. I want to give that a shot right now. But we're going to hang out for a second. We got to see the rewards. We got to immortalize what this gives us. I feel like these videos are weirdly historical in a strange way. Like, I've done this with Frost Knight, where I look back on my past videos, recordings of it, just to, I don't know, remind myself what was going on. So let's see here. We get the XP. Oh, so much XP. That's really what I need at this level. This is good stuff. I'm being sarcastic. I have a lot of XP. I'm okay with that. But you know what? Hey, it's a good reward for the newer players who might be playing this game. I respect and understand that not everybody has a billion XP. Wow. I think that was actually the reward this season. No, actually, hold on. It was 15,000 Battle Pass XP. Wait, where was it? Did I miss the reward? That's how bad it was. Well, there you go. I'll see you guys later. Subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. I try to enjoy Horde. I like to record these videos for you guys, but you know, if they ever raise the difficulty, we might be having a different conversation. But until then, I'm just gonna muscle through it, get them done every week, and I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe. Twitch link down below. Get some ice cream. Or go to bed. If you watch this to try and sleep and you're not out yet, then playlist down below.